Hey peeps, I'm here again, and today I'm just going to do a little chat about some TV I'm watching, some series I'm watching, about Sunbroken, which I have now started, about MCAS, and a few odds and ends. So stick around if you'd like. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed so you get notifications of when I put out a new video. And yeah, we'll get started here in a moment. So, I get tired of doing this recap every time, and I suppose it gets boring to those of you who come back to my videos, but in case you don't know me, I'm a New York Times bestselling author, Yasmine Galenorn. I write urban fantasy and paranormal romance. I have over 65 books on the shelves. I've been doing this for a long time, and yeah, so I make videos about all sorts of things. So that's enough about me. Um, Obviously, this time I'm feeling better than I was last. I was on Benadryl when I did my last video. I had had a reaction and was feeling pretty low energy and a little bit loopy. Tonight, I can tell I'll be taking Benadryl before bed. I can feel it just on the outskirts. It's MCAS is a weird thing. But I'm not right now. I haven't taken any right now, and I'm actually overall feeling pretty good today. I have been doing something new, and I don't remember if I mentioned it last time or not. I have taken my eating plan to where I eat one meal per food. Yeah, let's try that again. I have taken my eating plan to where I eat one food per meal. What this does is it allows me to pinpoint trigger foods much easier, and it eases my digestion. Apparently, hi Caly, have you come to say hi to my peoples? Say hi to my peoples, Caly. Say hi to Caly, peoples. She is my most, well, she's not my most social baby at all, but she's most social with me. And she likes to get in on the thick of things. Don't walk on the keyboard. Thank you. What was I saying? Oh, I I'm eating one food per meal and several meals per day, obviously. Otherwise, it'd be pretty scarce. I am finding that I don't react quite as much or as badly because apparently when you eat, the digestive process releases histamine into the system. Obviously, I need to have as low histamine as I can. When I eat a normal meal, what you would eat, like, a potato and a piece of meat and some veggies or something, that's too much load on my system and it releases too much histamine. So by eating one food per meal, it eases the digestive process, and I don't release as much histamine, and so my reactions are easier to control, and it's easier to pinpoint the foods that cause an instant reaction. So it's an interesting way to go. Yes, I know you're there, and you are so pretty, and you are so lovely. She is so pretty, isn't she? I am finding that I feel better on it, and I eat more carefully because I have to decide what food do I want that meal. I get one choice. So if I ate something junky, which probably not supposed to have anyway, but if I ate something junky, it's like, well, if I really need good food, it's a choice between eating something junky and still feeling hungry and feeling like crap, or eating something good for me, like a piece of steak, or like a cucumber, or yeah, it is down to that. It's like a cucumber, a piece of steak, a small bowl of rice noodles, an apple. But I am feeling better, and that's what counts. So I'm going to continue doing this for a while and see how it helps. Yes, I know you are there, darling. She's reaching for me. She's trying to tap me on the arm and say, Mom, I'm here. Pay attention to me. Come here. Yes, she's a good girl. She is a good girl, and we love her. So I feel better than I did when I stopped playing with the camera and stopped playing with the light. I feel better than I did when I was making the last video. And, you know, if this is how it has to be, this is how it has to be. They're the most wonderful distractors in the world. I don't care what you're doing. If a cat comes into the picture, at least for me, I stop and I'm like, oh, kitty. I want to play with the kitty. When I go to a friend's house, it's like, where's the kitty? Where's the kitty? Where's your dog? Let me play with the animals and we'll talk later. So I started writing Sunbroken today. Head and Witching Moon, which it will roll right into the book right afterwards, to Raven's book. They're promising to be nice and dark and well, eerie in many ways. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of a precipice, just starting to jump over the edge, because I have a feeling I know where these are taking me. And it's going to be quite the leap and quite the adventure clawing my way out. And so, you know, Ember and Raven have some trials in front of them. So I had my hair done this weekend, and it's kind of hard to see, but you can see the purple and the blue. We foiled all of my hair. Some of it, we had to really work around with the bleach because I can't handle being around bleach too easily. But she found a workaround in terms of the way she did it so that the fumes didn't bother me too much. And I only had to have it done once because all we needed to do is lighten those pieces at one point, you know. So from then we had to foil all of my hair with the purple and the blue. Now, you know, it's like we kept the dark base for most of it, except for the highlighted patches. But we foiled the rest of it. So you can see as I move it, you can see the flashes of the purple and the flashes of the blue. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It took 3 hours in the chair. And I love how she styled it. All she did is twisted it around her finger and dried it that way and then just fluffed it up. Because I've got a lot of natural curl in my hair as long as it's layered. If it's thick and straight, or if it's thick, it's straight. But once you thin it out and layer it, I get a ton of curl, and I love that. So I'm just really, really happy with the way it looks now. True mermaid hair, peacock hair, you know, a number of, well, Raven and Shimmer's hair. I always gave a lot of my characters the hair I wanted to have. Well, if I can't do that, now what's the use of writing if you can't make a character that you kind of wish you could be? Just like a lot of my readers wish they could have the lives of some of my characters. I wouldn't mind having, you know, a go in their shoes, although I don't think I want to go fighting demons all the time. That's not very fun. So yes, I started Sunbroken, and I'm excited, and you can pre-order it and Witching Moon. Links are below. I am really loving writing the Wild Hunt series. You know, it's taken hold of my imagination, and that's where my heart is right now, is in that series. Before I get a bunch of questions, yeah, there will be more Hit Whisper Hollow books. They're not going to be as frequent as the Wild Hunt books, but there will be more Whisper Hollow books. I've got a few more I want to write at least. I don't have a scheduled date for the next one, but it will probably be sometime maybe early next year. So I'm really happy how much you guys love The Phantom Queen. I'm hearing nothing but good things about it. And I'm really excited that I managed to recapture the nature of Whisper Hollow. It was a little bit scary going into it because I haven't written in it for several years, since Berkeley had the first 2 books. And now I've got them back. And I was like, can I do this again? I did have to go through the first 2 and trim them down and tighten them because my writing is so much tighter now. And I really like the no-nonsense sort of bluntness of my writing. I'm direct. My husband says it's Yasmine unfiltered. And he's right. I am not filtering myself. I am letting myself go deep into these books and as dark as I need to and as fun as I need to and as, wherever they need to take me, I can let them take me now that I'm an indie author. And that is one thing I'm loving. And it makes me much happier as an author, and I think it makes my books much stronger. So, yes, I started Sunbroken today. I just finished about a week and a half of downtime, although, as my husband put it, but you were working the past 2 weeks. And I was like, well, I was just doing admin, and I was just doing this, and I was just doing that, and some blogging, and this and that. He's like, that's work. And I'm like, oh, well, I also binge watched the entire season of Lock and Key, which brings me to another subject. I love that show. It's on Netflix. I absolutely fell in love with the show, and I wish the second season was out already. It sparked my imagination, and it felt like a brilliant idea. And now I'm interested in looking up the graphic novels, taking a look at the graphic novels that Joe Hill wrote, because the show just captivated me. And there was so much good music in there. One of my favorite songs that I heard on that show was Speak Loud by the Trills. And I tell you, that song, it feels like the theme song for Sunbroken. Yes, you are touching the screen. Very good. I'm going to put the link to that below just because I love the song so much I want other people to hear it. So, yeah, I loved Lock and Key. I see a number of videos trying to explain the ending. It's like, why do you need to explain the ending? I got it. I understand it. I guess maybe a few people wouldn't, but I totally knew what was going on there. And frankly, I've got 2 friends watching it now, just starting to watch it. And I keep urging them, get through it, because I want to talk about it with somebody. And I can't, do spoilers because so many people haven't seen it yet. But if you love good supernatural / mood horror, I highly recommend the show. It seemed at first like it was a kid's show for the first 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. And then all of a sudden I realized it's not a kid's show. Or at least, as a child, I would have probably liked it because I was very precocious and I was into things like that. I was into darker stuff. But if your kids get scared as easily or something, I don't recommend letting them watch it. So I watched Lock and Key, and I'm rewatching Deep Space Nine, the entire series. That was my favorite Star Trek series, and I hated Next Generation. I know, some people feel like I'm a heretic for saying so, but I really couldn't stand it. I liked the original series a lot. I grew up on the original series, Voyager, I liked 1 or 2 seasons of it. I liked some of the characters, but I really didn't get into it that much. Now, Enterprise, I liked a couple seasons of. It felt more gritty. It felt more truly out in space. And DS9 was my favorite of the Star Trek franchise. So I'm rewatching that. I'm on season 3 again. I love Quark. I always have loved Quark. He's such a slimy little scumball, but he's so funny. Um, I love Avery Brooks as Cisco. He is so gorgeous, and his voice just makes me melt. And other than that, I am currently also watching Project Runway. I didn't think of recapping the shows until it's like well over half over. But if you've got a favorite designer and you're a Project Runway fan, let me know who your favorite designer is in the comments down below for this season. I'm liking Jeffrey. He makes me kind of tear up. I don't know. He seems to have had a very hard life. I like some of his designs a lot. Not really feeling Victoria, though I like a lot of her designs, but lately she's been sliding. I liked her early stuff in the show, and frankly, you know, I could do without Sergio because he is convinced. I mean, it's important to have self-confidence, it really is, but there's a point between self-confidence and absolutely being insufferably arrogant. So, yeah, I'm a Project Runway fan, and I'm just watched the tie-dye challenge from last night, or well, not last night. I watched it last night. It was on Thursday, and frankly, I've never been a fan of tie-dye, but if Sergio's dress was in a different color other than white and yellow, I would be on that dress in a heartbeat. It was so gorgeous, and it would fit my style so well, except it's white and yellow. And I don't wear white, and I don't wear yellow. They wash me out, just like my light is doing right now. I still haven't found the best lighting for this room. It's evening here now, or it is evening. It's 5:45, and so you know it's during the day. The sun, if we have any sun, comes through my window and it blocks things out. So I'm going to play with my lights and maybe get a couple more and see if I can get a better setup in here. But for now, yeah. Oh, hi, Caly. Come here, Caly. For now, this will do. And so, yeah, I'm back at work. I'm excited to be writing again. Thinking of doing a couple planner videos soon. And for Top Chef, I will be doing a recap each week as the season progresses, because I love Top Chef. As I said last week, I own every single season of it on Amazon, and I've rewatched those shows. It's just one of the best actual competition shows that I've seen. No, Caly, don't do that. Caly just moved the monitor. She's good at that. But that's okay, because Bridget likes to close doors. She'll go behind a door and stand up and walk the door closed, which is so funny. Cats are so weird. That's why I love them. And they're so independent, and no, don't do that. And they do need us, but they aren't quite as clingy as dogs. I like dogs, but I wouldn't have a dog. It just wouldn't work with my personality. And once again, I am blathering, so I'm going to go. I will see you next week, and if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do about answering them in the comments or here on the vlog or maybe on my blog. It depends. Anyway, take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.